Hi, I'm Dr. Jaime and you are watching the Dr. Jaime channel. Today I'm going to share with you some tips that I took from a men and work-life balance segment that I hosted live on the Dr. Jaime Show on October 28th, 2016 at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here in this chair, there were 4 men sitting next to me, and they chatted about work-life balance from their perspective. So today, I'm going to give you a rundown of the 15 tips that I took from this particular segment. Now, that's 15 tips. That's a lot. So we're going to go super quick and super fast with these tips. If you want all of the tips, you can read the article on my blog at drjaimek.com, and you can also watch the video, the full 1-hour episode, right on my YouTube channel. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe. So let's jump right in to the 15 tips. Tip number 1 with work-life balance. And mind you, men and women can use these techniques that have been pulled from this segment. Number 1, awareness is key. And I got my little cheat sheet right here. Awareness. So they were saying, hey, if you're being a bad husband, it's okay for a moment. You need to be aware of it, you need to notice it, and recognize it, and move on and find ways to fix it and hurdle that type of behavior. They also talked about awareness as a way to prevent habits. If you're aware that you're not being great at the moment, if you're aware of mistakes that you make, if you're aware of certain things that you're doing, you can change that and edit it before it becomes a pattern. When it becomes a pattern, that's when it can become dangerous. So if you want balance in your life, you need awareness. Tip number 2, have mentors in your life and have more than one mentor. In fact, look at all the verticals in your life: spirituality, mental, physical, business, family, and find a mentor in each of those verticals. And when you're struggling in that vertical, you reach out to that person. I absolutely love that. And they also said if you're starting over in life, maybe you're recently divorced or you've had a setback of some sort, and you want to move forward, to reach out to old friends, maybe second cousins, whatever it might be, to stimulate opportunity and a new venture, and be open-minded to what they have to say. Tip number 3, include family. Not just include family in your work in general, but find a way to maybe you include them on a daily basis. You include them in your breakfast, and then you start your meetings. You include them on family trips so they can see, family business trips so they can see what you have to do. So including family. Also scheduling your days. Not just scheduling your days so you know what to expect the next day, but so your family knows what to expect. So there's not overlapping in conflicts. Who's going to watch the kid today? And also scheduling your days, and I absolutely love this, so that you can avoid pop-ups in your day. Last minute things that take you away from family or take you away from a different obligation. So pop-ups should be very, very rare in a typical routine. They encourage their partners to follow their passions. So speaking up to your partner, are you happy with where you're at in life? What are your goals? Are you sure you're doing what you want to do? If not, I'm going to support you in finding that passion, even igniting it if you don't know what that passion is, and then helping you achieve that passion. To achieve balance, they talked about using decompressing time. So when you're switching from one role to the next, make use of any time that you have in that transition. For example, if you're driving from work back to home, don't use that time to listen to politics on the radio or dwell and ruminate on the day. Listen to something that puts you in a right frame of mind to help you transition better. Also, communication is key, and that's pretty much it. They said communicate expectations. If you get an advancement at work, communicate the new hours, the new role, what they'll be doing, how it might alter the family. Communicate expectations to one another. Keep your commitments to the family, but also, or commitments in general, they said, but to be flexible too. So if you have a commitment to the family and a very last minute rare occurrence pop-up happens with business, then it is important that the family's on board. I understand what he does, and I'm going to be flexible this time to it. And vice versa, he would need to be flexible if you had something last minute coming up. Admitting when you're wrong. That's all I'm going to say to that one. They said, hey, we make mistakes. March forward. Admit your fault. Move on and forget about ruminating. They acknowledge they've made mistakes. they've made poor decisions at times, but what they do is they hurdle them. They don't ruminate, they don't dwell on them, they get right through them. And they said, and I really like this, one of the gentlemen said, it's how fast you can get through that bad moment that helps you leap towards success and move forward. Also, doing things outside of your comfort zone. Not just in general, like for new opportunities, but especially when you've had a setback in life or maybe you're restarting something. Things outside of your comfort zone can produce new opportunities to get you back on the path that you're looking for or a new path. Surround yourself with the right people. They said there's going to be times in your life when you are vulnerable and you are down and out. It is very important that you are cognizant when something's been ripped of you, a business, a partner, a relationship, whatever it is, that you are cautious with what you're reattaching yourself to. Don't reattach yourself to the media, drugs, alcohol. Instead, surround yourself with mentors and people that will get you attached to something positive. Also, being grateful, right? We've talked about that time and time again. And I love one of the quotes here, you'll never be successful until you realize you already are. So stopping for a moment and recognizing what you have earned and what you do have in your life, and being mindful. One of the regrets of the gentleman was, hey, I was holding my son on a rocker and I'm thinking about the next email that I have to send. As women, we tend to do this too, right? Our minds are somewhere else. But they said be not only physically present, but making sure that you're mentally present as well. And then the last tip that I want to share with you is they talked about knowing your why, knowing your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? One gentleman said, okay, so you're doing it for money. Why do you want money? To buy things. Well, why do you want to buy things? To be happy. So reverse engineering that and starting with why you want to be happy and start focusing on that. So those are my tips. The men had such a great segment. I hope that you take an opportunity to go to my YouTube channel and listen to them divulge secrets, is what I consider it, on work-life balance. So much material, so much awesome content. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, watch the video. I think you're absolutely going to love it. And right here in this chair, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday, live, the Dr. Jaime Show. Hope to see you there.